This is a Squiz podcast. We're your shortcut to being informed.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Amanda Bauer and it's Friday, November 25. In Squiz Kids Today, Victoria goes to the polls, all about the ARIAs, Queensland's spider invasion and an expensive can of ham. That's what's making news, kids style.
The lowdown.
If you're in Victoria, it's likely that your school P&C is gearing up for a sausage sizzle tomorrow. That's because Saturday is state election day, and when there's an election, schools are often used as polling stations, places where people go to vote, which is a great opportunity to sell a few democracy sausages, as they are called, and raise a bit of money for your school. Of course, there is more to the Victorian election than sausages, and this will be the first time Victorians have gone to the polls since the coronavirus epidemic. Premier Dan Andrews and his Labor colleagues are hoping to win for the third time in a row and are campaigning with the slogan, "Doing what matters." They've promised that, if elected, they'll build schools and hospitals, provide free TAFE education, and help the state get on top of rising energy prices. Opposition leader Matthew Guy, who belongs to the Liberal Party, has the slogan, "Real solutions for all Victorians." He's also promised big changes for healthcare, including new hospitals, as well as no new taxes and ways to make it easier for people who are buying a house for the first time. The two men who want to be Premier of Victoria only debated each other once, and they did not do it on free-to-air TV, meaning that only people who pay for cable TV could watch. Both sides thought they won the debate, of course, but there'll only be one winner tomorrow. Tune in on Monday and Bryce will tell you what Victoria decided.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story wherever it stops. And today we've landed in America, where the smash hit product of the Christmas season appears to be Spam Figgy Pudding. Now, if the adults you are listening with look horrified, that's because they already know what spam is. I'm not talking about unwanted computer messages, but spiced ham in a can. Put the SP from spiced and the AM from ham together and you get spam, which has been around since the 1930s and was very popular during World War II, when times were hard and many people couldn't afford fresh meat. For reasons I cannot explain, the canned spiced ham has remained popular in many places around the world. And last week, the people who make spam released a limited edition seasonal variety called Spam Figgy Pudding that adds the flavours of Christmas pudding, like fig, orange, cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, ginger, to the canned ham. And as of this week, it's completely sold out at spam.com, Amazon, and the gigantic American superstore Walmart. So if you really want some, and I guess plenty of people do, you'll have to head to eBay, where prices have already quadrupled to more than 65 Australian dollars for a can of ham.
Animal Kingdom.
Residents of Queensland have been told to prepare for an invasion this summer. Not of soldiers, thankfully, but of creepy crawlies. Apparently, the hot, steamy weather has created the perfect breeding conditions for huntsman spiders in particular, but also cockroaches, termites, and ants. And because the huntsmans have a lot of insects to feed on, there aren't just more of them, they are bigger than usual too. I'll put a link in your episode notes to a video of a huntsman interrupting a press conference by the Queensland Health Minister. I particularly love the look on the Auslan interpreter's face when he explains what all the fuss is about. In much more pleasant animal news, the BirdLife Photography Award winners have been announced. More than 5,600 entries were received in the annual competition, which raises money and awareness for bird conservation. Now, as a mum and a teacher, I'm probably biased, but I think some of the best of the bunch are the photos in the youth photographer category. I'll put a link in your episode notes, but I want to give a special shout out to Finian Bissell, who took a stunning photograph in his grandma's garden of her favourite bird, the olive-backed sunbird, on the day that she was moving out after 50 years. Finian waited 40 minutes for the bird to arrive and almost missed going to the airport with his gran. If you ask me, the stunning picture he captured would have been worth missing a plane.
Pop Culture Corner.
Last night, the Australian music industry's ARIA Awards were held, and Indigenous rapper Baker Boy cleaned up. Not only did he win Album of the Year, Solo Artist of the Year, and Best Hip Hop Release, but his debut album, Gila, also won ARIAs for Best Cover Art and the Best Mixed Album. Baker Boy, also known as Danzel Baker, won Young Australian of the Year in 2019. He gave his Album of the Year acceptance speech in his Indigenous language and dedicated his award to family and young people back at home. It was Baker Boy's first time accepting an ARIA, while the Wiggles added another 2 to their very large collection. Their OG Wiggles Reunion Fruit Salad TV Big Show Tour won Best Live Act, and they won their 15th Best Children's Album ARIA for Re-Wiggled. 15! I wonder where they put them all.
Time for the Squiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. What is the name of the state leader seeking a third term in office this weekend? Bonus points if you can name the opposition leader who wants his job. That's right, it's Premier Daniel Andrews, and the opposition leader for that extra point is Matthew Guy. Question number 2. Which 2 words have been put together to make spam? That's right, it's spiced ham. And question number 3. Which kind of spiders are invading Queensland at the moment? That's right, it's the huntsman.
Shout outs.
It's November 25, Black Friday. It's an American institution. There are big sales after Thanksgiving, which was yesterday, and for some reason, Australia has adopted it. It's also a Friday, and you know what that means. Lots of birthday shout-outs for today and the coming weekend, for which I think we're gonna need to crack out the old birthday reggae tune. Hit it! And it's a happy birthday to Ivy from Forest Lake, Lockie from Belmont, Jeremy from Epping, Toby from Wahroonga, Josie from French's Forest, Frank from Albury, Drishti from Sydney, Francis from North Bondi, Claire from Narrabeen, Matilda from Warragul, Zoe from Preston, Leah Rose from North Rothbury, Cecilia from Newmarket, Noah from Yorktown, Timothy from Lillipilly, Tilly and Annie listening in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, Alice listening in Brazil, and Myrtle in Phuket, Thailand. Aren't we a global group? Belated birthday shout-outs go to Lachlan in Bray Park, Ethan in Exeter, and Mila listening in Belmopan City, Belize. Not forgetting the Squiz Kids who are celebrating a birthday over the coming weekend. Oscar from Erskineville, Georgina from Hurlston Park, Nicola from Adelaide, Eric from Belmont, Alric from St Leonards, Kira from Wavell Heights, Misha, Tyvis and Bella from New South Wales, Ross from Bexley, Alexander from Bella Vista, and Siri in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. And a couple of special classroom shout-outs this Friday go to Class LA22 at Atwell Primary School, and farewell to their teacher Mr Elms, who is leaving the school. Class 1S at Blaney Public School, and thank you to their prac teacher Mrs Sutton on her last day. And lastly, a shout out to grade 3O at Ivanhoe Primary School from your teacher Mr O'Callaghan, who is travelling in the UK at the moment and looks forward to seeing you upon his return. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout out, or if you want a classroom shout out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au or fill out the form on our website. That's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again on Monday. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over